March 10, 1976. The Blue Hole of Santa Rosa, New Mexico. A group of 10 young divers, all students, and an instructor from the University of Oklahoma gathered at the edge of the Blue Hole. Their hearts were brimming with a mix of excitement and nerves. They were about to embark on a dive that would take them one of America's most enigmatic underwater caverns. The Blue Hole, a stunning bell-shaped pool in the New Mexico desert, had long been a source of fascination and fear. Known for its crystal-clear waters that maintained a constant, chilly temperature, it was a siren call for divers. Yet beneath its serene surface lay a labyrinth of uncharted cave passages, a submerged mystery that few had dared to explore. For these young adventurers, the allure of the unknown was irresistible. The prospect of making a discovery and forging a path that no one had taken before drew them in. Despite the risks, the Blue Hole's depths were a challenge they were eager to take on. But what awaited them in those silent, echoing chambers was beyond what they could have anticipated. It was a journey that would test their limits and change their lives forever. This is the story of the Blue Hole of Santa Rosa, a tale of adventure, tragedy, and the relentless pull of the unexplored. In the sun-baked lands of New Mexico, a stone's throw from the iconic Route 66, sits an unexpected wonder, the Blue Hole of Santa Rosa. This natural pool, sparkling with clear blue water, beckons travelers and divers with its mysterious beauty. But hidden beneath its calm surface are stories of adventure, danger, and mystery, echoing the complex dance between human curiosity and the raw power of nature. The Blue Hole isn't just any pool, it's a marvel of nature. The water stays at a cool 62 degrees all year, flowing in and out so quickly that the entire pool refreshes itself every few hours. On the surface, it's just a small circle of water, but dive in, and it opens up into a vast chamber. Here, divers can swim in water as clear as glass, looking right down into the deep heart of the pool. Long before it caught the eyes of tourists, the Blue Hole was a vital water source in the desert. Nomads and cowboys on long cattle drives quenched their thirst here. When Route 66 was built, this pool, right beside the road, became a must-see spot for travelers. Over the years, it changed from a fish hatchery to a public swimming and diving spot, drawing people from all over the world. But this beautiful place holds hidden dangers. Under the Blue Hole lie caves and tunnels, a mysterious underground world that has lured divers with the promise of uncharted exploration. These caves, formed in limestone, are both fascinating and perilous. The narrow, twisting passages challenge even brave and experienced divers, making the Blue Hole a place of both wonder and caution. The year 1976 marked a tragic chapter in the Blue Hole's story. A group of young, daring divers, including 2 students named Mike and David, plunged into the depths of this mysterious pool. Ignoring warnings, they ventured into the unexplored, shadowy caverns below, drawn by the thrill of discovery. But their adventure took a dire turn when they became disoriented in the maze-like tunnels, leading to a tragic outcome. As news of the missing divers reached the authorities, a team of rescue divers from the New Mexico State Police sprang into action. Their mission: to navigate the dangerous underwater caves and find the lost students. The operation was fraught with danger. The divers, pushing themselves to the limits, went as deep as 225 feet, although they later estimated it to be closer to 190 feet due to the high altitude of the site, which affected their depth gauges. The entrance to the cave system presented the first major challenge. It was so narrow that the divers had to remove their equipment just to squeeze through. Inside, the environment was even more daunting. As they made their way through the twisting passages, the exhaust from their scuba gear stirred up the sediment and dislodged rocks, causing cave-ins. In one instance, a massive 3-foot-wide boulder fell, narrowly missing one of the divers and almost trapping him. Further into the depths, the rescue team encountered a magical sight. In a chamber they nicknamed the Teepee Room, the ceiling was covered in formations that looked like thousands of upside-down ice cream cones. Police diver Tom Hawkins described the eerie beauty of the caves with a sense of awe. He compared it to being in the famous Carlsbad Caverns, but filled with water and shrouded in darkness. Despite his powerful flashlight, he couldn't see the other side or the bottom of the third chamber they explored. This dangerous and emotional operation culminated in the city of Santa Rosa taking drastic measures. In April of that year, they sealed the cave entrance with a 3-foot-wide ducted grate, often called a snorkel pipe, to prevent any future tragedies. Many years later, in 2013, people got curious about the Blue Hole again. This time, a group called the ADM Exploration Foundation, with help from the city, decided to find out more about the underwater caves. They wanted to make a map of places in the caves no one had seen before. First, they had to remove a metal pipe blocking the cave after the sad events of 1976. They thought they could just go in and start exploring, but it turned out to be harder than they thought. A long time ago, the army had put a bunch of rocks and stuff in the way, and nobody told the ADM team about it. But they didn't give up. They worked hard and removed lots of rocks and junk from the bottom of the cave, which improved the water flow. But then they hit a big problem. A huge rock was blocking the way to the next part of the cave. They couldn't move it, so they couldn't explore any further. After trying so hard, the city decided to be extra safe. They put in a new metal grate to cover the cave entrance again. This was to ensure nobody else would get into trouble in the caves. For the next 3 years, the ADM team kept working with the police and other divers. They kept taking out more rocks and stuff, trying to clear the way in the still mysterious caves. In March 2016, the quest to unveil the Blue Hole's secrets continued. A team of seasoned divers, guided by the experienced Mike Young, embarked on a new expedition, granted permission to explore the enigmatic caves. Their goal was ambitious: to map the entire underwater system. This journey would take them into the heart of the Blue Hole, down to depths that sunlight never reaches. Among the team was Shane Thompson, a 43-year-old diver from California. Shane was not just any diver. He was a Navy veteran with a rich background in diving, with over 2 decades of experience in search and rescue and recovery operations. He was a seasoned explorer of the underwater world. He was part of the ADM Exploration Foundation, a group of divers dedicated to uncovering the mysteries of aquatic realms. The team delved deep into the Blue Hole, reaching depths of 194 feet, 59 meters. Here they navigated through passageways where water filtered through a floor covered in rock debris. It was a challenging environment, demanding skill and caution in equal measure. The darkness was near total, the visibility was low, and the paths through the caves were unpredictable. Tragically, during this exploration, a heartbreaking incident unfolded. While navigating these complex passageways, Shane separated from his partner, Mike Young. Their rope, a lifeline in the murky depths, had broken. Shane took a wrong turn in the low visibility and found himself in a dead-end passage, 160 feet, 49 meters, below the surface. By the time Mike located Shane, it was too late. Shane had drowned in this unforgiving labyrinth. The aftermath of this tragedy was somber. Mike Young, burdened with grief and determination, returned the next day to recover Shane's body. It was a grim reminder of the dangers that these silent depths held.
On day one, our objective is going to be to rig the cave. Hopefully, we will rig the cave, get all the ropes set.
In light of this expedition and the tragic loss of Shane Thompson, the ADM team completed their mapping efforts. They announced that all accessible areas of the system had been explored. With their haunting beauty and lurking dangers, the caves had given up their secrets. The team recommended that the entrance to this underwater world remain closed to the public, a decision made in the interest of safety and respect for the risks involved. Following this recommendation, the city of Santa Rosa once again acted to safeguard future explorers. They reinstalled the snorkel pipe, sealing the caves from further access. As of March 2021, no one has ventured into these caves since that fateful expedition. The Blue Hole, with its alluring depths and hidden passages, continues to be a sight of wonder and respect, a reminder of the delicate balance between human curiosity and the power of nature. Now, the Blue Hole is still a popular place for divers. It's clear, and blue waters are inviting. But the stories of past tragedies remind us to be careful. The metal grate remains a symbol of the respect we must have for the power of nature. The story of the Blue Hole of Santa Rosa tells us about the bravery of people and the powerful force of nature. It shows us how exciting it is to discover new places, but it also teaches us to always respect nature's rules. The Blue Hole, with its deep and very clear water, keeps the stories of the brave explorers who tried to learn its secrets. It reminds us all that exploring is great, but we must always be careful and remember to stay safe. This place is a beautiful but serious reminder of how we should balance our adventurous spirit with caution.